Ha ha ha! I'm so funny.
Hear the phantom of the opera sing a haunting melody. Remember, what you see is not a mystery, but rent a ghost. Heavy footsteps in your attic means a spectre telepathic is descending just to spirit you away. Hey! Ring rates a ghost.
I just want to give you a warning at the beginning of this video. I'm going to be dropping spoilers, so if you have no intention at all of seeing Terrifier 1 or 2, stick around. But if you do care about what I'm about to divulge, then just come back after you've watched the films and tell me if you agree or disagree with my afterthoughts. So the history of Terrifier 2 actually goes back to All Hallows Eve, which I think was 2013. It was the first time that we saw Art the Clown. I believe it was like a short horror film, but I don't believe it's the same actor who plays him now, who's David Howard Thornton. And I will say this much about the first film. I didn't like it very much. There was all this hype about Terrifier 2 and how it's making a lot of money at the box office, even though it's had a limited release in this country as well. And the first thing I heard about it was that this crazy clown who's like this, I don't know, he's just, oh man, I don't even know where to begin with this guy, but he's terrorizing these two women. You know, there's about these two sassy women who are out to evade this crazy, cannibalistic, satanic clown. Yeah, he has all of those attributes, and it's got an 80s vibe to it. I thought, oh, this is great. No, this sounds really good. There is no story to either of these films. The director, Damien Leone, I don't know if this guy has a thing against women. Now, when I say that, you know me, I love women as much as the next guy, okay? But the only women I cannot tolerate are the insufferable ones, the ones that turn the decibel level up to 100 and then you feel like you want to kill yourself. I'm not talking about them. I'm just talking about women in general, like, you know, when you speak to them, you get a catch of their scent as they walk by you thinking, oh my God, that perfume is, it's intoxicating. You know, they had these two great women, a blonde and a brunette, just how I like him, of course, redheads too. It's Art the Clown. His only motivation in this film is to kill everyone. It's a sadistic pleasure that he takes in doing it. He's not even funny. I mean, you know, I love Tim Curry as It in that TV movie. Still for me, the scariest clown that's ever been. But this version, look, you can see behind me, he's a nasty concoction. I think the film itself is just mean-spirited. It's nasty. It's very sadistic. And I'll tell you what, there was a thing I'd seen about this film that I've never seen on a movie for a long time. Don't watch if you're squeamish. Not for the squeamish. It's 2022, and by this point you think we are so desensitized to movie violence that we don't have to worry about that. But when I saw that, I thought, is this hype? No, basically, whenever anyone in the film comes across Art the Clown, they're going to be dead in a few minutes. And the way they die is some of the most sickening and horrific things I've actually seen. Now, I might be a little bit old-fashioned when I say that. I might be getting a bit long in the old sweet tooth, and if you get that Twisted Metal reference, you're a better person than I am. But honestly, I mean, some of the violence looks pretty realistic, and then other times it kind of reminds a little bit of The Thing from John Carpenter, where you know it kind of borders into cartoonish violence, but it's still depraved, it's still pretty sick. And look, one of the things that Art the Clown does in the first half an hour of this film, I think it was, he gets a hacksaw and brutalizes one of his captives, the blonde bird. Really gorgeous. I mean, we get to see her jubblies hanging out, and it's like, wow, this is great. And suddenly, he hacks her in half with this hacksaw. It's just... Is it meant to make me laugh? It didn't make me laugh. No, I was just like, oh, this is what this film's going to be like. And then her brunette companion, yeah, she escapes, and you think, oh, she's going to put up a fight. And this is where I bring in the greatest horror movie director of all time, Wes Craven. But Wes Craven, if he was directing this film and he had these two fantastic actresses in the lead roles, he would actually make them, you know, to be the heroes, to be the protagonists, to go and outsmart this satanic clown. But we don't get that. We just get this clown who goes around killing people. And at the very end, like we see the first victim, and she's in a wheelchair and she turns around really slowly, and she just has the whatever remnants there are of her face left. You know, it's pretty sickening. And I just thought, is this film misogynistic? Does the director Leone hate women? I don't know, look, I'm not here on some sort of social justice cruise. I don't do that nonsense, but I just sat there thinking I didn't enjoy this film. And then I jumped straight into Terrifier 2. Everybody's hyping this film to the hilts, because if I'd bought these films, I'll think I was a bit cheated. So Terrifier 2, it basically replays the events of the first movie in its opening sequence. And then Art the Clown. Oh, because by the way, at the end of the first Terrifier, Art the Clown shoots himself in the head, wakes up in a mortuary again, kills the mortuary attendant or the forensic scientist, and starts going on his rampage yet again. There's one little funny moment where he goes into a laundrette and there's a customer that's asleep and he's washing his laundry. Then he sees this manifestation of himself as a little girl, probably like a daughter that he's longing to have, and she's creepy. And again, when he finishes his laundry and he walks out, as the camera pans to the sleeping customer, they've had their head impaled. So yeah, whoa, you couldn't even let the sleeping customer lie. Yeah, I mean, it's another rampage or terror through this neighborhood. There's no police in sight, which I thought was a little bit weird. But the real star of the film, I should say probably stars, Elliot Fulham, and you know him as Little Punk People on YouTube. It's a pretty good channel. I actually thought this guy was a YouTuber to begin with, but he's actually an actor. And he puts in a pretty good performance as the younger brother, Jonathan. And he's got an older, hotter sister called Sienna, played by Lauren Lavera. And she is, whoa, I tell you, you know what actually drew me to watch this film? The trailer. Because in the trailer, she wears this outfit to a Halloween party. And the first thought I had was, oh, who does that remind me of? Yeah, Valkyrie. The Valkyrie we should have had in the MCU. That version, that outfit. Sadly, we ain't gonna get it. But you know what? We've got the next best thing. We've got her heaving bosoms in that outfit. We even get to see her in a briefly nude shower scene.
You can say is it's revealing.
Your tits are practically popping out.
They are not. They are. Turn around.
Here he comes now. I'm getting out of it.
You know what I was making.
And they talk about their dad a lot, so I did appreciate that. They had a lot of reverence for him. He's a talented artist who's able to draw cartoons. But there's a prophecy in his illustrations. He saw that his daughter was going to become a superhero. Yeah, now this is the thing where it kind of gets a little bit trippy, because you've got this supernatural satanic clown killing people left, right, and center. Lauren Lavera, man, she looks great in the film. You can tell this chick worked out, man. I mean, she's like the best versions of Wonder Woman and Xena Warrior Princess and Valkyrie put together. She's all those combinations. And you had this magical weapon, this sword that her father gave to her. We don't actually know how he found it and how he knew it had powers and how she was the destined sword holder for this weapon. We don't really know. I mean, if it is mentioned, it probably flew over my head. And when we do get to the third act, that's where it doesn't save the movie for me, but it gave me an outcome I was hoping for, because like I said before, whenever anybody sets eyes on Art the Clown, they're just going to die in a matter of moments, and it's going to be the most grisly. Put it this way, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with Jessica Biel, that is nowhere as bad as this. This makes that film look like a day out in a nursery. It really does. So Terrifier 2, I can't really recommend it, but if you want to see a good, strong female character who, and I've got to say, you know, I talked about the word squeamish. Well, Lauren Lavera, I'm going to call her a sex symbol. We never hear that term being used, but she is an outright sex symbol. in this film. She's just hot in every way. If you want a cast of Jill Valentine in a proper Resident Evil live action movie, maybe get her. I think she'll be perfect. So yeah, I don't think I can truly recommend Terrifier 2. If you want some really good classic thrills, any film by Wes Craven, the Nightmare on Elm Street films. Folks, if you enjoyed this video today, make sure you do two things. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if I were you, and if you were me, and you don't let the ghoulies bite you tonight, I'll check out the next video.
Thanks.
What the hell is wrong with you?
What, did you think he was gonna hack me up into little pieces or something?